No to hate at SFC! 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 No to hate at SFC!
I'm Don Wilberforce with the Center for Bioethical Reform, and we set up the GAP projects all over the country and present to people the message. We hope to be able to expose the darkness and evil of abortion in America. We hope to share with students the truth of abortion that they don't get generally from some college campuses and some classrooms. We want the students to understand that an abortion is an act of violence against a baby in the womb. And we're trying to change people's hearts and minds about abortion, which we ultimately hope abortion will be banned from our civil society. Our message was well received by some students. Every campus we go to, we get a number of students that object to what we're doing, but we get a number of students who thank us for being on the campus, and yesterday was no exception. Yesterday there were students that came up and thanked us for being on the campus. Unfortunately, some of the other students shouted them down and kind of tried to intimidate them, but we had a good time talking to students. Even those that disagreed with us, we had some really good dialogue with them. We did have to put up with some of the craziness of a handful of students, but generally speaking, the students were pretty respectful, even the ones that disagreed.
My name is Soha Ashraf. I'm 20 and I'm a women's and gender studies major. I chose to come out here today because I think that this display is a direct attack on women, and not only women, but marginalized communities. And I think it's really important that we start building an independent student movement here, and I thought it was a great opportunity to not only meet all of these amazing and passionate students who are very upset that this graphic imagery is on our campus, but also to not let these anti-abortion, Bible-thumping mongers to have a pleasant, okay day at SF State. I don't think it's created a positive dialogue between us and these anti-abortion people, like the Project Truth that have come onto campus. I do think it's, helping us build a movement of students that will, be ready for when things like this are happening on campus, that is independent of the administration. I plan to, organize around things like this. So the next time they come, they're met with a mass movement.
I'm Lolo Hong. I'm the Vice President for Student Affairs and Enrollment Management and the Title IX Coordinator here at San Francisco State University. We're a public university, and we have to honor the free speech rights of every organization and every individual. I need to state very clearly, I have a background in women's health. Most of my career has been spent in public health, specifically advocating for women's health. I'm very firmly pro-choice. I'm very proud to state that. This was really hard for me to support their rights to free expression, but I have to support their rights to free expression. And I very much encourage and support and admire the students that are out here counter-protesting and expressing their views. I think this approach is not meant to educate. I think it's meant to inflame. It's meant to trigger individuals, and I don't think that's the type of opportunity to create good dialogue. They have a political agenda. I get that they have a right to support that. I don't support the message that they're trying to advance, and I don't think this is the way to promote education or awareness. I just want to emphasize, I know that there are a lot of students here who think that administration approved this. We are, again, a public university. We actually cannot deny them the right. As long as they follow our policies, which they are right now, we have to allow them the opportunity to display. And they've done this at campuses all over the US, and this is a typical reaction that they get. And so, again, I think many of us in Student Affairs and Enrollment Management, all over the campus, faculty and staff, very disturbed by what they're doing. I think it's really inappropriate and irresponsible.
My name is Max Winters. I'm a senior year music student here at SF State. I'm 22 years old, and I am pro-life. Not necessarily anti-abortion, but I am pro-life. The reason I hold these beliefs is because I was actually raised in a very traditional Catholic household, so I was always taught to believe that life begins at conception, but as I started to grow up, I started to do my own research and learn about it myself, which only made me double down on my beliefs, essentially. It's been incredibly interesting to partake in something like this. What actually happened was I was here yesterday just to check this out and to voice my support for this, and I started to get mobbed a little bit, and what a whole bunch of the people kept on telling me is that if I did actually support them, that I should actually jump the barricade and jump over and join them. So that's essentially what I did. And the feedback has mostly been pretty negative, but again, we have had people come by who are able to come by and have a polite conversation, which has been very interesting. They've brought up some interesting points, and I've been able to learn quite a bit. And the whole point of that isn't necessarily to have the other side agree with you, it's just to find some amount of common ground. And we've been able to do that with people who have been willing to have a conversation so far.
My name is Alyssa Avalos. I'm here with Planned Parenthood Generation Action. Planned Parenthood Generation Action is the political branch of Planned Parenthood. We don't have medical services, but we are an organization here on campus made up of mostly students that are fighting for reproductive rights. Our goal with coming out here today was to show our student support. We knew that this group coming here was going to cause a lot of uproar, and quite frankly, we're glad. We're glad that so many people feel very passionately about Roe v. Wade not being overturned and about a woman's right and people's right to get reproductive justice, to get that health care that they need. We want SF State students to know that we fully support everything that they're doing out here. We just want everything to go peacefully, and also to let these folks know that SF State's probably not the best place to put up a 10-foot tower about this kind of stuff.